Hey guys, welcome back to Vent It Out with Nadia. Today we are diving into a topic that everyone has either experienced or been guilty of: stereotypes. Yes, those quick assumptions people make about you just because of your gender, your job, your looks, or even where you're from. Stereotypes often affect how people see us, treat us, and sometimes even how we see ourselves. So today, let's break it down: why they exist, how they impact us in real life, and most importantly, how we can challenge them. So first things first, what are stereotypes? So in simple terms, stereotypes are generalized beliefs or assumptions about a group of people. For example, I'm mentioning some stereotypes that are very common. So the very popular ones: all women are emotional. All men don't cry. If you're an African, you must be poor. If you wear glasses, you are a nerd, or you must be a nerd. Now, the funny thing is, sometimes stereotypes come from a tiny bit of truth, but they are exaggerated, often over exaggerated, misleading, and harmful when they box people in. Yeah, so let me share some real life situations, some real life stereotypes or situations, yeah, so that we'll get where we're coming from. So, workplace stereotypes. Imagine a woman in a tech company, okay? The moment she walks in, a lot of people would instantly presume that, oh, this woman is a secretary, or she's the HR or something. Definitely not the engineer, because there's this perception that women can't do tech, women don't do tech. But actually, some women can do tech. Women are in tech now, and it's crazy, and it's so nice to see women in the tech world. You get me? Yes. There's also the cultural example where it's often heard that you like, especially if you're an African, okay, you travel outside the country, you're an African, and then you're speaking very good English, and then you hear people say, oh wow, you're an African, you speak so good, you speak good English. Yes, Africans are educated. Africans don't live in huts. Africans don't live in trees. Africans go to school. Africans are educated, okay? It's a popular stereotype that Africans face when they travel abroad. If you travel abroad and then you speak very good English, a lot of Africans face that, and it's crazy because where did they get that notion from that Africans don't go to school? Or where did they get that notion from that Africans are not educated? Africans stay in trees. We are living with animals. Like, yo, calm down. Africans are humans too. Africans stay in houses. Africans don't live in trees. Africans go to school. Africans speak good English. Yes, and then like an everyday example, like a guy wearing dreadlocks might automatically be judged as a weed smoker or irresponsible. This is very common. I feel like a lot of people in this African society with dreadlocks get to experience this, because if you're in dreadlocks in an African country, the tendency that you be labeled as a drug addict, a weed smoker, an irresponsible person is high. Most African parents have this notion that, you're having dreadlocks, you're not responsible, you're having dreadlocks, you smoke. But then there's some weed smokers, sorry. There's people with dreadlocks that's actually very responsible, very decent. Follow rules and regulations in the society and are not into social vices. You get me? But then there's this stereotype all around that people with dreadlocks, blah 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 blah. You guys hear it. You guys hear it most of the time. People with dreadlocks can actually be pastors. People with dreadlocks can actually be teachers. People with dreadlocks can actually be doctors. But then this African society, there's a whole lot. I feel you guys with dreadlocks. Yeah, I feel you guys, because people in the African community just tend to label you guys wrongly. And then there's this gender stereotype where people feel like a woman's place is in the kitchen. But then actually, She can be more than that. A woman can be a bank CEO, can be a CEO of a company, like all of that. That men do not have to cry or show weakness. But in actual sense, men are humans too. Men are allowed to show emotions. Men are actually allowed to express their emotions however they want to express it, however every gender wants to express it. I mean, you can't just allow them to bottle in their emotions. This all what brings about the depressions, and all men are human too and are allowed to show their emotions however they want to express it. You get me? Yes. So, and then another particular one about the gender example is when a woman is successful, it is presumed that a man is behind her success. But hell no. Hell no. Some women actually work their way up to success without having to go through men. Some women actually work their way up without going through men. Not every woman's success is linked to men. You get me? But then there's this stereotype out there. I don't know who started it. I don't know who is nursing that stereotype, but there's this stereotype out there that if you're a woman and you're successful, then there's a man behind it. There's this man sponsoring you. You're sleeping with men. No. Not every woman is like that. No. There's some women that work their asses off to get to where they are now. Another very popular example is the career stereotypes, where people like musicians, actors are actually termed or labeled as morally loose. Who told you that? Because there are actually some people in the creative arts industry that are very morally upright than those who actually feel that they are upright. You get me? People are in the creative art industry, people are acting, people are doing music now that are very morally upright. If you get to their inside life, you get to know that it's way different from what you see out there. They choose to show you what you want to see, but then if you enter into their real lives, you get to know that no, they have like a personal relationship. They are very morally upright. They have a personal relationship with God. They are like they follow rules and regulations. You get what I mean? They are very morally upright. But then there's this notion out there. I don't know whether that is how it is in the European countries or the foreign countries. But then in Africa, there's this notion out there that the people in the creative art industry are very morally loose, which is not true at all. Like, it's not true. There are people in the creative art industry, there are musicians, there are actors, actresses that are very, very morally upright. And I feel like we need to cut them some slack because the judgmental eyes we used to look at them is becoming too much. Yeah, so imagine an employer just choosing to offer a job to an accounting graduate with a university degree and overlooking a candidate with an HND. Just imagine this typical scenario. Someone has an HND in accounting. Someone has a degree in accounting. There are some employers that just employ based on the degree you have. So because someone has a degree and the other person has an HND, they presume that the one with the degree has more knowledge or in-depth knowledge than the one with the HND. But actually, if you give them a task to work on, you might get to know that the one with the HND might even like have more tendencies, more ability to actually produce results than the one with the degree. I mean, so I feel like we need to give everyone equal platform to express themselves, equal platform to prove themselves. You get me? So you don't just get up and then you don't just get up and judge based on what you see, what you hear, or what you feel. You get me? So these examples, these assumptions are not just in movies. They are really happening around us daily, and it's sad. I feel like it's about time we need to sit up and then clear that notion from people's head. Now, here's the question: why do people stereotype others? I feel like at times it's the human brain. The human brain loves shortcuts. Instead of spending the time to get to know someone properly, get to understand them properly, we rely on assumptions because it's faster. But then if you actually give yourself that time to get to know people, to actually talk to people, you get to know that they are even more than what you see. They are more than what you assume. They are more than what you hear. You get. They are more than that. And also, I feel like the media also has some influence on that. Movies, news, social media, and all of that reinforces stereotypes. For instance, Hollywood, for instance, has painted Africans to be living in jungles and portrayed Arabs to be terrorists. But actually, there could be some Arabs that are not terrorists. There could be some Arabs that are actually good people. And Africans are not living in jungles. Africans are living in houses. Africans live like normal human beings. Africans live like how people in Europe and all these countries live. You get me? So I feel like the media also has an influence on that, and also lack of exposure. Yes, if you've never interacted with a certain group of people, you believe whatever you are told, or you believe whatever you see. But then, if you are exposed to them, you get to know them. You get to understand how they think or how they behave. You get to know them properly, and then you cut them some slack. Okay, so I feel like we need to be real. Okay, stereotypes may sound very, very harmless, but then the effects are deep. Trust me, the effects are deep. Because if you are telling someone who is in the engineering field that women do not venture into tech, even when they feel like they have the tendencies of venturing into tech, they have the tendencies of studying engineering and then becoming an engineer later, you tell them that women do not venture into tech. If there's a girl child in the engineering industry, they wouldn't even put in the effort because they feel like that is not a girl's world. You get, they just rely on the HR, the secretarial jobs and things. But then women can also actually be engineers. So I feel like stereotypes limit opportunities. Stereotypes damage self-esteem. If you keep hearing negative assumptions about your race, your gender, your background, you start to internalize it and you start to look down on yourself, which is actually bad. I mean, as a human being, we need to learn to not necessarily be proud, but then have high self-esteem. Yeah, have high self-esteem, and then you have to feel like you can do everything. You can do it if you put your mind to it. Do not lower your self-esteem to the extent that you feel you can do this, but they feel if I do this, Charlie. They said it's not a girl's world, and they said I'm in dreadlocks. I'm a weed smoker. What if I go to this field? They're going to sack me. If I say I want to be a teacher, I actually want to be a teacher, but if I go because of my dreadlocks, they'll tell me that I'm going to influence the kids. I mean, all these it really damages self-esteem, and I feel like it needs to be looked at. Also, it strains relationships. Yep, it really strains relationships. How many friendships or collaborations never happened because someone assumed the worst about someone else? Imagine in an African home, okay, taking a friend with you to your house to go and say hi to your parents. Just a friend, to go and say hi to your parents, and then you go there and then, Mommy, this is my friend Kojo. Kojo, this is my mom. Your mom might be all lively and everything because your friend is around. But immediately you go to see your friend off, you come, your mother will be like, now, don't forget, like, which friend have you gone to bring that has this dreadlocks? Like, they start questioning your friendship. Which friend is this that has this dreadlocks on? Do they have good morals? Do they have good characters? Are you sure they're not smoking? All of that. There are some parents that will even say it in the face of the friend you brought. They don't care. I mean, they actually don't give a damn. Why are you in dreadlocks? They start to attack the person just like that. Why are you in dreadlocks? Why don't you cut your dreadlocks? What is influencing your dreadlocks? Don't you smoke? Like, start questioning you, start judging you just like that. But then there could actually be reasons why you have the dreadlocks on. But then they don't care to know. And that's the society we live in. And I feel like that should really be checked. So guys, let me pause here and then ask you guys to, have you ever experienced any stereotype before? Have you ever been stereotyped before? Like, has anyone questioned you? Has anyone put you in one stereotype? example before something. Have you ever been stereotyped before? Drop it in the comment section. I want to read your stories. Yeah, drop it in the comment section and let me know what stereotype brackets that you were putting. Okay, so how do we fight stereotypes? I feel like we have to fight this stereotype because it's getting out of hand, and the earlier we start fighting it, the better for us. So I feel like to fight stereotypes, we need to start with ourselves. We need to check our own biases. You need to ask yourself, what quick judgments do I make when I meet someone? And you have to be honest about it. If you meet someone, there are people that immediately they meet you, they just judge you in their heads. They might not say it out loud, but then they judge you in their head, and then it's it's crazy. So I mean, you need to start with yourself. You have to check your biases, and then cut people some slack, get to know them better, and then I feel like the world will be a better place. Also, we need to educate ourselves. We need to read wide. We need to travel around, talk to people outside your comfort zone, be more exposed to know people, rather than assuming that, oh, this group of people are like this, oh, this tribe is like this, oh, this tribe does this, oh, this tribe is into juju, oh, this tribe, oh, they like insulting, oh, this tribe. Get to know them better. And I feel like if you get to know them, you would love them even more. Yeah, and then also we need to call out people that like stereotyping. I feel like that is one thing that we need to start doing. Because how on earth would you say men don't cry? Men are humans too. I feel like we need to start challenging these stuff. When you hear stuff like, oh, men don't cry, you need to challenge it gently and then let them know that men can cry. And it's actually very normal because men are humans. They can choose to express their emotions anyhow they want to express it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I feel like if you express your emotions, it's easy some burden on you. Because these emotions that are bottled in is what leads to this whole depression and all of that, these mental health issues, and it's not helping. So we need to start calling out people that stereotype people. So here's the beautiful part. When we break stereotypes, we open up a whole new world of connections. We get to see people for who they really are and not what the society has labeled or stick on them. You get me? So imagine a world where women in leadership aren't questioned, where men show emotions without shame, however they want to show their emotions, where your accent doesn't define your intelligence, where your hairstyle doesn't dictate your character. I mean, that world is going to be very exciting. Such a world is going to be very interesting, very engaging, and then everyone thrives. You get me? So I feel like the earlier we start fighting these stereotypes in the society, the better for us, because that's actually the world we are aiming for right now. A world where stereotypes are no more, a world where everyone can feel free to be who they are, whatever race they are in, whatever tribe they belong to. They can feel free to operate and no one questions them. So guys, here's the takeaway. Stereotypes may be common, okay, but they don't have to define us. We need to challenge them. We can challenge them. Educate ourselves, treat people as individuals and not categories. You get me? Now, I want to hear from you guys, okay? What's the craziest or most annoying stereotype you've ever faced? The most annoying stereotype you've ever faced? Drop it in the comment section. Let's vent it out together, okay? I want to actually interact with you guys. So drop it in the comment section and then let's talk. If this video actually spoke to you, or if this is the first time you are chancing on this channel, on my videos, don't forget to like, to share, and also subscribe to Vent It Out with Nadia. For more real talks like this, for more educative content like this, for more entertaining and interactive content like this. Because here, we don't just talk, we actually keep it real. So until my next episode, it is bye for now.